Hello guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. Today guys, another video. And today guys, I'm reviewing The Shallows, which is a 2016, I guess it's a horror thriller movie. I guess really more of a thriller, but it definitely does have some horror elements in there, but it's pretty much a shark movie starring Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife or whatnot. But, yeah, I remember watching this in theaters when it came out because the trailer looked super interesting, and I was, really big into sharks at the time. And also, I would also say this movie, kind of brought around a shark kind of movie, not really renaissance, but made them definitely a lot more popular because, like right after this came out 47 Meters Down, and then the second one came out, what was that, last year or 2 years ago? So, and then they had, like, some more Deep Blue Sea movies, which I never watched any of those. So it kind of brought around a reinsurgence, and I can honestly say this is probably my favorite shark movie, like modern day shark movie. I mean, of course, you can't beat Jaws. Jaws is just an all time classic, but this right here is honestly like a really good movie. And pretty much the basic premise is Blake Lively. Her character, she's kind of having some family issues or whatnot. Her mom recently died, and she's having some problems with her father and all that. So she decides to go find this beach in Mexico, which her mother visited back in her teenage years, which is just beautiful. I think this was shot in Lord Howe Island in Australia, which I do want to go there someday because it's just a beautiful place. Set location, like the scout for the movie, production scout, he did an excellent job finding this place. This place looks so beautiful, and we get a bunch of overhead shots. You just see the beautiful cove, the clear blue water, the rocks in the water, and it's just so beautiful. And pretty much, she's a surfer, and this place has got some good waves, but she's really remote, and she's so remote that people won't even tell her name up because they're scared of people start flocking to it as a tourist destination because she only sees like two other people actually there, which are locals surfing in the water. And pretty much what happens is whenever the other two people go, they leave for a little bit. She's just kind of hanging out there. We see this huge floating thing start washing into the shore, which turns out it's a giant whale that's just got like giant like chunks of meat missing out of it because it's like literally, a shark killed this whale and it washed in the shore, and you can see like there's like some above shots of it, and you see like the oil of the shark or whatnot. I mean, not the shark, the whale, and then the blood and everything. But you see this wash up, and it turns out, this thing attracted this huge, probably 20 to 25 foot great white into this little secluded beach area. And it seems like this shark's, a little abnormal because it seems to be hunting more for sport than anything else, not really food at least, which is definitely interesting because I think, the whale was its food. It brought it in, and then it was like, hey, let me just hunt for some humans for sport or whatnot. But pretty much also one of my favorite shots in the movie is there's actually a few very beautiful shots, and most of the time the shark's CGI. I'm pretty sure, I think it is like 95% of the time, but honestly the CGI is pretty good in this movie for a shark movie. I must say, like, you can make them look really shitty really quickly, but I think they were able to do a good job. But like I said, one of my favorite shots is whenever she first gets attacked, she starts surfing, and then you see the huge shark just show up in the wave like behind her, and like that's just absolutely terrifying, but that's such a good shot. And then also whenever she's actually stranded on one of the rocks, you see the shark just swim by her and see the absolute size of it or whatnot. But pretty much she gets bit on the thigh, and like pretty much goes from like her upper thigh down to her knee, so that's rough. But she's able to make it to this rock, which is exposed during low tide, which and then I would say a good about 70% of the movie is spent on this rock, which I have to say is very hard to make it entertaining, but somehow they do. But she's stuck there. She has to like put in her own quote unquote stitches with like her earrings or whatnot. And she has to like cut off the blood flow, let the blood flow, because she's a training medical nurse or something like that. So she knows what to do, which I think she's definitely a very smart character. But all her phone and everything was left on the beach, so she's stranded on this rock while the shark just keeps circling. But we see later in the day that the two people that from earlier that left, they came back, and she's trying to warn them like, oh no, shark, and then we see their heads disappear below the water, and then they just pop back up. But then the literal one shark just jumps out of the water, bites the guy, and then dips back in and kills the other guy. And it's pretty, there's a bunch of killing, especially that one the drunk guy on the beach when he gets pretty much bit in half. That's horrifying. But and she's got to figure out something quick because it's becoming low tides or high tides soon. So she ain't gonna be able to sit on her rock. But also she's stranded with this little bird that got hurt, which I think is a funny little thing. But pretty much though, her only chance is this buoy that's about, I think they said 30 yards away, and there's this storm fast approaching, and yeah, she like times the shark stairs and everything, so she tries to swim through it, but as soon as she gets in the water, there's like a bunch of jellyfish which she has to swim through, which looks like it hurts when she gets stung, but she knows that the shark does not like stinging thing, because earlier we saw the shark get hurt by some fire coral and whatnot, so she swims through that, and we'll get to the buoy with a little bit of I guess trouble from the shark or whatnot. But I must say also this I love like the thought of like she getting on like this old rusty buoy just out in the middle of the water, and she's able to stay on there a little bit, which does get a little bit damaged, but she sees this boat starting to come by, so she shoots up these flares which don't really work or anything, so and the cargo ship leaves her, and then she has to sit there and fend the shark by herself. The storm's starting to wash up or anything. The shark pretty much destroys the most of the chain that's holding the buoy upright, so it's like on its side, it's like trying to kill her or whatnot, and then she gets this really smart dish, so she pretty much ties herself to the rest of the chain and breaks it off, which it pulls her down to the bottom of the water right there, which that's where it's anchored at. It's got these all sharp jagged exits, and the shark pretty much follows her, and then last second she pulls off, and the shark just jams into the middle at the bottom, which I must say, very creative way to kill it. And also there's the only goofy scene I would really say in the movies when she lights the shark on fire from the whale oil with the flare gun. The CGI was not the best there, and it looked very, very silly, but that's the only time I thought the CGI kind of looked unrealistic. But I must say though, this movie is like really good, and I liked it back when I saw it in theaters, and I still love it nowadays. It's just a really good shark movie, and I love the suspense. The suspense is just like insane in this movie. Like it's just I don't know. I just love it so much. It's just directly directed so expertly, suspenseful wise, and and then the shark scenes I find really enjoyable when we get to those. But the build up to seeing the shark, and then the build up to like how she's gonna get away and all that, I absolutely love. There's of course some gore in there or whatnot, but honestly though, The Shallows, I'm probably gonna give this movie a 9 out of 10. I just really enjoy it. It's a really enjoyable shark movie. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about The Shallows down below. Do you guys enjoy it as much as I do? But check out my Twitter and Discord link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.